yesterday. She was ever so close to her first stage success this year, but on this stage 8, Cristina Gutierrez was in trouble early, losing close to 3 hours. The Spaniard is no longer on the podium. Another solid day for Santiago Navarro. After retiring from 2 of his 3 Dakars, the Spaniard from the FN Speed team is currently 5th of the overall standings. It was a day to hit back for Sebastian Eriksson, and the Swede did just that. In his Can-Am, the rookie captured 2nd spot of the stage, his best performance so far, and 2nd is where he also stands in the overall. Presence on the Dakar ever since 2014, when the rally was still in South America, Sebastian Guayasamín is consistently moving up the standings. 5th today, the driver from Ecuador is in the top 10 overall. Not far from Ecuador is Chile, the country of Chaleco Lopez, the current leader of the lightweight prototype class, seems untouchable. While he has not won a stage so far, he's also never been below P4 on a special. I like these dunes, but they're difficult. It isn't easy to go over them. It would be silly to have a mechanical failure and lose a lot of time. It's important to stay calm and careful. 4 days to go, every day is a new day. I have to remain focused and take good care of the car and finish every stage. 3rd yesterday, 3rd again today for Pavel Lebedev. The Russian rookie is enjoying a very solid Dakar. The driver from Moscow could become a podium candidate if he carries on this consistent run. Five stages to go, 7 specials won so far. Seth Quintero couldn't afford to take it easy. Opening the way was not a problem for the 19-year-old. He was storming. Fastest at every single checkpoint, Quintero thrashed his rivals. Time gap at the finish close to 12 minutes.
Yep, that's number 8. Once we got to the refuel, we knew we had a pretty good lead, and today went well for us. We knew that it was going to be a lot of sand and a lot of dunes, and that's where I feel the most comfortable is in the dunes. And yeah, really having a good time and hoping to break that record. We're one step closer.
An OT3 ahead of 8 Can-Am buggies. Lionel Coste in his P8 Sport prototype is 10th. Overall, Chaleco Lopez now has a 1 hour 19-minute lead over Eriksson. Bad news for Gutierrez, who drops down to 6th spot.
More than a symbol, what we're looking for is visibility. It's a project based on visibility. It's an experience that you have to live if you like to suffer a little.
So we have Nuri, our coordinator, who does pretty much everything. Fiona and Jessica, our super mechanics. I'm Margot, the co-driver. Merci, our driver, and Anna, who is the FN Speed team manager.
The Dakar is the biggest motorsports event, and I believe it's a unique opportunity to give visibility to our project of having a 100% women team taking part, from the mechanics to the driver. I love challenges. It wasn't easy. We had to find someone who had already done the Dakar, competition, level mechanics. We had to find a professional structure. As we started getting names, we started getting the pieces of the puzzle together. We're dealing with problems on a daily basis. It's a very long race. Our main objective is to finish it. But it's hard. Today, we're super tired. It's a circus. It's so cool. With Margot, we get along really well, and as the days go by, we understand each other in a better way. I'm proud of how things are going, because there's a lot of pressure, tense moments. We have to deal with feeding in a good way. I'm suffering, and eating and sleeping is something very important. If there's visibility, we become a reference. And becoming a reference means that there will be women mechanics, drivers, co-drivers, coordinators, journalists, all that. That's what we're looking for. If we only talk about the top driver and not about the structure, we lose the symbolic side of this project.
Time for stage 8 for the T4 class for side-by-side vehicles. Now this is the entry-level class for four-wheel competitors on the Dakar, and it's often these little UTVs that provide some of the most fun and spectacular action as they're dwarfed by the scenery. That's Molly Taylor hunting down that truck. She and co-driver Dale Moscat have been upwardly mobile since losing a bunch of time making repairs in the desert on stage 4, and the Australian Dakar rookie's looking stronger every day of this second week. 8th quickest today, she could be on for a top 10 finish come Friday. Another rookie impressing on their debut is Lithuanian Rokas Baciuska. Inspired by the huge popularity of the Dakar in his home country, the 22-year-old has switched rallycross for rally raid, and it clearly suits him. His stage times have never been outside the top 10, and overall he's in 4th, only 15 minutes away from a potential podium. And today, that speck in the distance is another great performance from Fares. The Dakar Bikes veteran had a scratch time yesterday, and having not been outside the top 4 since the start of the rally, has moved up to 2nd overall after today, which would match his best ever result in the Dakar from 2019. And look at this, a nice touch. Nani Roma buzzes his compatriot, ex-biker, brothers in arms. The American contender, reigning FIA World Cross Country Rally's Cup winner, is leaning again on the experience of Brazilian co-driver Gustavo Gugelmin to keep him pointing in the right directions on these tricky navigation stages. And Austin himself is balancing pace and risk perfectly. 3rd quickest on stage 8 today, enough to maintain his overall lead. The younger of the Goxal brothers with another strong and consistent stage today. He was last year's surprise package, finishing 4th on his Dakar debut, and this year looks on target to go one better, currently in 3rd overall. Marek Goxal has been strong so far, and on paper it looked like a straightforward stage win for the elder of the two Goxal brothers. Marek steering the number 410 Maverick to its 3rd victory so far. But nothing is ever as easy as it seems, as the Polish driver explains. Our strategy was like always, we're pushing to the limit all the stage, and we will see in the end. Until the refueling zone it was very twisty, there were dunes, and we lost intercom, so we were competing with T3 cars and their stones were hitting us, and the rest of the way we were driving blind. Impressive work then. That's the 3rd 1-2 finish for the Goxal brothers this year. And in the overall standings, Austin Jones continues to lead over Fares by just over 6 minutes.